Hello, my kind and worthy friends. Please, please come closer. Sorry, Aladdin was playing upstairs. I had to be a little goofy about it. Alright guys, welcome to the next part of the video where we talk about decorating and finding the store that you need inside your land. Unless you built your store, and you can build a store, you'll have to search the marketplace for shops. There are an infinite amount of shops on here in the marketplace, but the key is to finding one that suits your needs. Of course, there are different styles and different ideas you have about your store, but you need to keep in mind that you only have so many prims and you only have so much space to get a prim, so much space of your land. You don't want to go, oh, I love the store, and buy it only for it to flow over into your neighbors and go offside your sim, and nobody wants that because they can return stuff if it's spilling over into their land, which I need to check for. My neighbors are notorious for doing that. Anywho, so best way you can find it is to put in the length of your land, the size of your land, and then put store next to it. So we're going to work on, I don't know where that came from. So we are going to work on, say, a 1024. So we're going to just use that as an example. It's always good to get a store that's your parcel size or smaller. So if we have a 1024 size parcel, we may want to look for stores that are the size of 1024 or 512. So we're going to type in 1024 store. And then, as you see, there's a bunch of stores on here that said it can fit onto your parcel. You just have to determine whether or not that, one, they are worth the cost, or two, they are pretty. There are some skyboxes that are usually really nice, like this one. I think this is a good, pretty store. It reminds me of my first store that I had back in the day. Them days. You also are not limited to using stores. Actually, you can use houses or other buildings as long as it fits within your budget. You don't want to spend, also you want to make sure the prim count is fairly low. You don't want to have let's just say you're in a 512 parcel and you get a store that is 150 land impact and you only have 173 prims available on your parcel. You want to make sure that you have room for your merchandise as well as for any kind of decorations that you may put in. Yeah, this is it. This is the store I had back in the day. Oh my god, that's so nostalgic. Okay, so depends on what the style is. 10 land impact, those are always good. It's just a glorified box, but you can sweat equity. You just make it look pretty. And you also kind of want to find a place that's modified because you want to change the wall textures or the floor or whatever. If it's not mod, then it's not a big deal. You'll just have to spin prims by putting down walls and stuff like that. And you do know that people sell walls on Second Life, so they have decorative walls you can put in here. You just need to find whatever suits your needs. I'm going to get this free demo because I've already spent enough money on this tutorial. This is that checkout thing I was telling you about. These people paid the fee to have this stuff show up, so that may be worth it if you. And sometimes you don't even need to have a building. The outside itself can be used as your whole store. I know that there is a Japanese store that I absolutely adore, and they don't have a store per se. They just bought a path, some grass, and they stuck some vendors on the ground, and you just walk along the path and you click on the vendor and you buy your stuff, and then there you go, like, yay, without having to be constrained by a store. It's just the whole outside. And I think because of the storm and the fact that I'm a little late on my internet bill, the internet's chugging. So let's just use our imagination and pretend like we bought a store. Alright. So, come on, why are you so laggy? For 24 house. You've been logged out. Beat it, Hydra. Also, hail Hydra. So you can actually use a house if you want to. They tend to be a little better than buying shops, because people put a little more oomph in a home than they do in a store. And they know that they have to be low prim for people to buy them. So you can do that instead. I used to buy all houses from them all the time. Let's see, what's this house? This is very industrial. Very nice. Very nice. And sometimes you can get away with removing the furniture and lowering it down some more. Now, I know I said I wasn't... Whoo, $5.99. Whew. That's a little much. 4% chill. Whole takes up the space. Huh. I don't know if I got enough money to shop at this place. I hate shopping. Stop making me buy things. I don't know what to get. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's adorable. How many prims is it? Mesh is built in mesh. Should need this. 174. 81 if it's not furnished. So we can use this. I think that's a good gift. So let me sign back in. Check out. She was Sharon, right? Sharon. Alright, so let's use this house as an example for our store. Plus it can serve dual purposes in case your store flops, you got a house. So who am I? Who am I? What are you even saying? Let's clear this space up. And let's see if I can get back there. Okie doke. So we have our stuff, and I'm going to... Ugh. See what I mean by those people who think you're gonna buy stuff? Like, bro, leave me alone. I'm just here for a tutorial. Not trying to buy a house. So, unfurnished because it's low, and then you would res it. Res. And you want to make sure that you're on your property line. Woof, it's a lot bigger than I thought. Wow. So you want to make sure that your house stays within the yellow line. That's your boundary. And you can send it up as high as you want. So let's just put it up here. Alright. I'm going to leave that box around because I'm going to need to de-res this later on. So it's not a traditional, traditional store. But it's called working with gem materials. You can have this be your entry point, and people... You can have this be your entry point, and people can walk in to your house, or you could take this door off or put some new doors in. You can put your store stuff around, even come inside here, and this could be a different place. You can... I know this seller lets the house totally be modeled. Blech! My brain just went away. I know that the seller of this house lets things be totally mod. So you can move things and make things work for you. For example, we can make this phantom. Well, we can unlink this first and then make it phantom. That phantom. And we can have this be the entryway. Or remove the glass and let people come out here. And then you got stuff out here for sale. You can have a second floor of your store up here, and different rooms for different things, hair, whatever. Use your imagination. And it didn't cost that much. Now let's talk about vendors and all the rest of that jazz. There are two types of vendors that you can use: scripted vendors and default box vendors. Scripted vendors are usually things like Casper Vend. I don't know anything about them. That's all EXO. She's the master of that. So I would say ask her. Sorry, EXO. And she'll probably explain it to you. But I can teach you about the classic box vendors and talk about that. But first, I'm going to go back to those scripted vendors. The scripted vendors, the Casper Vend or Cas Vend, is a popular vending service in Second Life. A lot of people use it for their stores in World because it has a whole bunch of features in there, like, for example, the redelivery system and the item tracking. It basically gives you all the features of the marketplace, but in real world stores. However, I think you have to pay a subscription for that. I'm not 100% sure on that. I just never really had it because the place I used to rent at was so laggy that I didn't want to risk it failing and not being able to take care of it. So I always stuck with box vendors, which is what I'm about to show you right now. So box vendors are pretty much what it sounds like. It's a regular Second Life prim that you create, and you enable the sale tags on there to turn it into a vendor. What are sale tags? Well, that's a flag in Second Life that tells you that you can make an item for sale in Second Life. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So first thing you want to do is create a box and make it as big or small and bright as you want it. So I'm going to make it fairly large for the sake of the tutorial. Good 3 meters. And you can make it as thick as you want or as thin as you want. I know, like, back in the day we used to make it really flat and put it up against the wall like a banner or so. and have it like this, or you could make it thicker like this, and it allows you to edit the sides with the select face, so you can make the faces of this like black and make it seem a little edgy, because back then that was it. This is what people used to do, and people used to sell just plain boxes like this, and other guys are like, oh my gosh, that's such an elegant box, I must have it. And you're like, bro, make the sides black. That's all you have to do. And then you can make this part blank, and then ta-da, look, a vendor box already here. And I was supposed to make that full bright so it looks like one of those movie poster thingies. So next thing we need to do is put a picture in here, a texture. I'm just using local to save money right this, but you will upload yours. And I would put, I don't think I have any posters, so I'll just use this. So your posters will look a lot better than mine. You will edit your poster and have the stuff for sale. Put it here, and if you want to get cheeky with it, you can put a little bit of glow on there to make it look more store-like on here. And now you got a product we need to put inside of here for the demo. I'm just going to put a cube inside. There we go. So now we have our box and we have the contents that we want to sell. Now we're going to turn this into an item, a vendor box. So we're going to go back into the general, and we're going to check the box that says for sale. And what we want to check next is, what we want to do next is tell Second Life what we're selling. We can say we're going to sell a copy, which when people buy it, they'll buy this whole box here and the thing inside of it, which isn't really a good thing. The next is the contents, which is the item inside the contents that we have here in the contents folder. And then we have the original, which will sell them this box right here. So if we were to just leave it as is and somebody bought it with original check, they would buy your whole vendor thing, and then this would go away, and then you got to put another one up here. So that's no good. So what we want to do is sell the inside, the contents of the box. So we're going to check it for sale and sell the contents. Next, we're going to apply our price for how much we want it, and then hit apply. And then we want to put show in search. This will allow your item to show up in search when people go looking. Well, they use the search menu. It's a good way to get cheap advertisement. So you want to put your product name and in the description what it is. This is also like keywords or something like that, like cat, underwear, things, Street Fighter, LOL, stuff. And then you let that happen. So we hit all of those, all this for sale, for this, hit apply, show and search, close it, and now you see you're able to buy stuff from the inside of it. And it gives you a notification that this person paid for that, or you paid them for that. And then, yay, we got it. So you would do this all over your place, put down boxes wherever you want. And each box, the joy about this is that each box only costs 1L, so you're able to fill up your store with a bunch of 1L vendors. Now, if that looks a little plain for you, you can just go back to the marketplace and type in store display, and you would be able to get a bunch, a bunch of displays. Now, most of the time, the displays are really like 1L, 2L. They'll tell you how many land and pack it is. So, you're like, yay. So this is one land and pack. It has 4 color changes, and it looks like that. And it looks really pretty. So, it's worth the money if you want to. It just depends on what you want to spend. As I explained to the person who asked me this, you can either make it yourself, if you have the time and you want to save money. But if you don't have time and you got money to spend, then you can come to the marketplace and just come to the business furniture section, and you can buy a bunch of store displays and things like that. So you see there's a bunch of stuff for your stores that you can buy and decorate and make your store look the way you want it to. Okay. So, there's how you decorate. Now we have to get people. So let's say we decorated the store, we have everything we want set up, we have a marvelous designer, get out of here. So you decorated everything and you got everything going. It's time to bring the people here to your store. First thing you want to do is, if you have the marketplace store, is that you want to go and copy your SLUR, your SLURL, and go to your store, my merchant home. And I know it's somewhere here. View my store, edit store information. And where they say link to your Inworld store, you would put your SLURL there and then hit save. And now when somebody comes to your store, when you do the view my store, Second Life will put over in the corner their Inworld store, and when they click it, it'll give them the map and let them teleport to your store. So that's one way of getting your what do you call that? Your advertisement and people to come to your store. The second is good old-fashioned advertisement. So we're going to go to the search. No. Been so long, I forgot how to do it. You're going to go to the top of your store, and in the options, you want to find here, it'll be show, place, and search, and it costs $30 a week. And you would put the category here, where it is the logo for your store will go here. And then you can set a landing point to where you want people to fall when they come into the store. So if we wanted them to teleport, as soon as they come in, they find themselves right here at the front door, for example. We would just go there and then push set to the landing point. If you mess up, you can press clear and you don't want somebody to. I'm not sure what teleport is. That seems kind of new to me. So you can also have the teleport routing. This is that annoying thing that happens that you can keep people from double teleporting inside of certain areas. This is good if you have a locked room and you don't want people snooping, trying to shuffle themselves inside of the room by double teleporting. You can use that to keep people out. So that's something to think about. So once you put your stuff there and it's in the search, all that's left is to roll the dice and send out notifications and tell people that you have a store and you're ready to start making things. It is also wise to register your store with a group. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the tutorial, I told you that if you want to create the name of your store, it's a good idea to open up the search and then go to groups and then type in the name of the store that you wanted. So I don't see Mesh for Dummies, Dummy Dancing Dummies. There's no store called Dummies. So I would be like, okay, it's okay for me to make the store called Dummies, because you don't want to step on people's toes. Now make sure that people don't step on your toes. You have to create a group, and that's going to cost you another 100L. Second Life sure does know how to milk you for that money, don't they? So what we're going to do is create a group real quick, and so just go to group and then create, and then you would do this like fancy letter tilde hashtag dummies unite this circle this and or B, because I'm giving you the thumbs up. Dummies unite. And then, you know, this is the group for the dummies group. Dummy store. Anybody can join. Don't be a butt and make people, you know, don't be a butt and make people pay to join your group. I mean, you could do that, but it's going to limit people, you know, coming into your group. But you can also do it to prevent people from coming in for trolls, because that will block them from, like, oh, I don't want to pay to troll somebody, and then they'll skip off. So you can do that as well. Alright, so once you're done, you have to press this to create the group, and it costs 100L, and that is your group name. So now you have dummies, and that is your store. So when people look it up and they try to see if they can create a store, they'll see that your store name exists, and it's pretty much like registering and making yourself legit. Now, one thing that I have to mention is that, wait a minute, did they not charge me? Get out! They didn't charge me. Or did they? No, hey, they didn't charge me. Neat. Okay, so I didn't get charged. You got dummies, and you got Dummies Unite. Now, you got 7 days to add somebody to your group. Grab a friend, create an alt real quick, do something. Because if you don't have a member in your group for about 7 days, then Second Life will delete the group and you can't remake that group. So, yeah, you don't want to lose your investment there. You probably sort of kind of want to make sure that you got everybody in there. So I'm going to go and find Zero and invite her to the Dummies group. Invite to group. Ooh, I hope she accepts. Okay, so I'm going to go over to me. And join. So now I have two. Aww. I've reached my max groups. Boo. Alright, let me check and see if I got any dead groups I can get rid of. Alright, I can get rid of the Rosa Maiden group. It's pretty much dead anyway. Alright, so let's try that again. Oh, so at least now you guys see that I have no more group slots. So I'm not ignoring your group thingies. I just don't, have any more space. Invite to group. Dummies Unite. Ugh. There. Add it to the group. And now my group is registered. I have my store built. We have an item in there. And that's all it is, really. Pretty simple, right? It didn't take that long to make a store. Seemed like it took longer to get everything started up on the marketplace. So yeah, you guys, that's it for now. And that is how you build a store in World and get your stuff a-going. I hope this helps you out, and I hope you're able to have a brilliant and beautiful store in World. And that, send me a landmark, maybe toss some freebies my way. I do like landmarks and freebies. So anyway, that's it for this video, and I hope it helped. My name is Zero, and I was the one who was teaching you through all the stuff. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave a comment below, and I'll get to it when I get to it. Or better yet, please come to our Discord, and we will tell you, give you assistance in there. Alright, that's it. Come on. Go build your store. Good looking at this. Get. Bye.